but in blinding light is very annoying. But in blinding light is very but in blinding light way too, but already S-Force found the blinding light way too, but already S-Force found the way too, but already S-Force found the keeping him. The Juggernaut there, but already S-Force found the keeping him. The Juggernaut already S-Force found the keeping him. The Juggernaut already S-Force found the keeping him. The Juggernaut already S-Force found the keeping him. The Juggernaut
sat there during the Astral, perhaps waiting for his teammates to come in. But there's no really saving him unless they have false promise up on the Oracle. But as of right now, OG, they're pressure to mid in the top lane while letting the LC farm up. They don't really view the LC as that big of a threat, I think.
Epicenter as well. Commit. Legion Commander will press the attack. No reason to duel. He was dead.
Yeah, the Sunstrike Predator is just way too long. It's really threatening the other two lanes without OG having to move around a lot.
And WG really didn't want to have this kind of time. I know we need the Legion Commander because now Earthspirit rolls in, and again it's this rotation, silence on the SK, no way to Burrow Strike now. Epicenter is well from the Astral, and Legion Commander to duel, he was dead.
Easy kill. Yeah, the Sunstrike Predator. This Veil is going to do a lot of work for them too. It synergizes really well with the Earthspirit and the Oracle. I would say having them move around. Normally you think of Nullfield.
WG really didn't want to have this Commander because now Earthspirit rolls in,
even before
no way to Burrow Strike now. Epicenter is well from the Astral, and Legion
a fair amount of easy kills.
And this is something OG will not be surprised by. They do have one of the best Earthspirit players in the entire world. And WG loves that Veil style. Even before but they know that that energy can in the early game. But now WG is just kind of something OG will boosting behind the players in the entire world. He loves that Veil style.
Move up there.
Spin TP. Take out the creep wave. Get the hell out of there as the Juggernaut.
Beating on Dire's top tower.
Move on to another objective. If you lose your tier 1 tower on top lane, you're okay. It's a straight tier 1 for tier 1 trade.
Yeah, and a lot of fighting items coming out. Morphling also going for a Treads first as opposed to a greedier, BOTs or even straight Linken's Rush from him.
S4 and Jirax are hoping for some kind of opening. The vision does see a little bit further up. That's just the hero vision.
Look around in mid, Kangaroo, Nana, wrapping around that mid T1. They're flanking Ana.
Well, this initiation timing is not too bad. We still obviously don't have Legion Commander with an ability to close the distance, no early drums, no blink dagger.
And no blinding light on a keeper. That blinding light is really good versus the OD and the LC here. Like, it's going to be very difficult to kill people during the duel without those.
Describe this effigy. It doesn't have one, so you can fill in the blanks.
It's Juggernaut's version of the fear pose.
I would say googly eyes. Look at those eyes. That is not natural. Either that or I do yoga.
There are no words for that, Toby.
Yeah. Well, hang on, we just gave him some.
He didn't have any for himself. Wow. Rumble in the jungle. Where's that?
Oh, I like that one. Good caption. Good caption. I'll give it that one.
What are they all looking at?
I honestly don't know, but he's having a very close inspection of the Centaur's shoulder.
Yo, look at them. They're like best buddies. Sator has his arm around him.
Hey, everybody needs a hug, man. Everybody needs a hug. That's how you get Macho Centaur. And that's the competition for that one.
Well, you need to be able to do effigies of neutrals. That'd be cool.
That would be a...
I don't know if I'd waste a block on that.
It's not a waste. It's not...
That reminds me of Zeiss.
Slippery when wet?
Zeiss was kill me. That was his caption. Because Morphling just, I don't know. It just kind of looks like he's giving up on life there. What is this?
It's inscribed as "Don't hit my face," but to work out, you got to look at a very close area over here to work out who it is. It looks like an Earthshaker, judging by the totem.
Mm-hmm.
And the reveal. It actually looks like he's attempting his own facepalm. Ah, Wings Gaming. Clipped.
Mm-hmm.
All right, maybe we should actually talk about the game a little bit more. So we have a small break. So WG, not a bad start for them. Initiation items are still a little bit further out, but this appears to be just that early kind of fight. Do you actually want to allow this to happen? As long as you're up against someone like a Warlock where there's a big golem coming down, is there any negative side to both sides actually looking for early engagements?
I think WG they're more pressured to do stuff around the map just because I think they have the Midas up, the Invoker, and they have a Morphling. Morphling is one of the best late gamers, definitely the best late gamer I would say in this game, and the best split pusher. So I think that the later the game goes, they're gonna win out in efficiency over WG because of BOTs, recall, replicate, and just the split push threat. So they need more kills with the LC. They need her initiation item ASAP. I don't think that Shadowblade is as good as Blink Dagger here, but OG Fly says the magic words, ready.
Nice.
There we go.
We can keep going.
Yeah, so let's see how this gank goes down in the middle lane. And they set up onto Ana, keep her light there. Everyone OG rotates.
Yeah, they're ready to fight this one. Ana dropping so low, those nukes, and then the following kick from Arthur hits the mark. That is a big goal scored by WG in the mid, and now, with everybody here, they can keep pushing to the tier 1 tower. The healing ward behind, the sustain is nice. Fly's actually keeping himself secret for the moment.
One thing that we didn't talk about too much is the OD plus Oracle. They can actually push a lot. They have a lot of sources of heal, and on top of that, it looks like OD's, he has a cloak, and this leads me to believe that he's going for early hood. It could be a casual cloak too, but they want to go for all these early game items and push high ground before Morphling gets big. I don't think that's too bad of an option for them. They have almost infinite sustain.
Even just a casual cloak would be nice, but no, it is actually going to be Hood of Defiance.
Yeah, this is becoming more and more common on the OD's mid, depending on what lineup you're against. Right now, they don't have any physical damage. Maybe a little bit from Forge Spirits, Sunstrike's Pure, and then Morphling, it's still going to be 10-15 minutes before he starts doing any sort of appreciable physical damage.
It's still interesting to do that, though, as opposed to Dragonlance we've seen. Obviously, with a natural transition into something like the Hurricane Pike, it's just OD's bread and butter. Play from distance.
Yeah, he wants his supports to do a lot more damage though. There are Spirit and Oracle that are not just...
Are those cracks in Dire's
Understanding
top
there is
tower?
rotations coming to the top lane.
Jerax is level 6, waiting behind No-Tail. Very little chance of a gank here without a Blink Dagger, and Legion Commander, no Quelling Blade, just not really interested in farming anything other than the lanes, but that would have been a very difficult kill. I think they'd have to like roll onto him while silencing him, then like push him into the LC or something that's just way too difficult to pull off.
Not much good's happening to Radiant.
So at 12.5 minute, Put of Defiance plus Veil of Discord. This is insanely tanky Nana as Zalo. Initiation down to the Sand King, even committing the ultimate and the duel. This is the plus damage. The first of the game for the Legion Commander. They do commit Magnetize for it, but it's SK down and now pressure to the mid.
It's a tough game for the SK. He doesn't have that many places to farm. Morphling and Invoker just soak up so much of the map. And you need his Blink too, probably before those other two items. But there has been a lull in action and OG are kind of unsure as to where to farm right now.
Look at Afu. He already knows someone's going to be there with the Illuminate flying. Potentially could have initiated into the Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, they're scared though because the Earth Spirit has long distance initiation without the Blink Dagger. So in the early game, WG has the lead when it comes to initiation and the way the team fights boil down. But still, you have to fear this Morphling is going to get his farm.
Same with the Invoker, running the hand of Midas, building into the drums. Invoker's progressing nicely, just avoiding these engagements. Legion does pick up the Blink Dagger, so now the map becomes a lot more dangerous for OG. But their warding they've got down is really, really nice. Check out around the mid tower as well as up inside the Dire jungle. If anyone is going to just slip out and not be the whole, well, we sit in lane or we farm inside the jungle, OG will know about it.
They certainly will, and they have even more in their defense with the OD giving away Astral to Rubik. Very good versus Omni Flash, very good versus LC Duel. It's pretty nasty spell. Rubik.
Gank is coming.
Top tier pick.
They just found their best target. It's the Morphling off lane. This is where this smoke maneuver, the first reveal of the Blink Dagger of Legion Commander. Press the attack, start the duel. Earth Spirit will hell pound, and do we have ourselves a winner. The Legion Commander now plus 24 on the damage, not to mention the time where the Rubik, where the Morphling will remain dead.
Yeah, and they really need his Linken's ASAP. Not sure if he regrets going the treads or not. That would have probably put him pretty close to his ultimate orb. And this way your window of actually dying to the LC is just much smaller. Right now it's probably like 10 minutes instead of maybe 3 or 4. The treads probably haven't paid off for me yet just because they haven't been fighting at all. They haven't really been able to pick engagements because WG are just moving around together as a 5 when they have better vision around the map. They got that pick with the Earth Spirit, or sorry, on the Sand King.
What item do you actually look to Legion Commander pick up on bottom lane? The Imprisonment that came out, but it's the one that was stolen by Jerax. Now you run in, the duel up. They actually grab Ana, the Invoker, the kick flies through, grabbing both of them, meaning Jerax cannot escape out of this one. There'll be one more hit to do the work, and there it is! A double kill, and now 4 in total for the Legion Commander.
Earth Spirit is definitely delivering this game. He has the majority of the pressure on his shoulders as he tries to breast control from OG in this early game. Fly getting set up on.
They want to kill Kangaroo. The Illuminate, that does quick nothing thanks to the beauty of raindrops, and then you even blink away as the Burrow Strike initiation comes just a little too late. It is now all tier 1 towers lost for OG, plus more engagements going the way of a Momentum Legion Commander.
So you asked what items to go on LC. I think Blade Mail's okay. There's not really that much I think he's going to be...
Do you want something, though, that breaks the Linkens, is what I'm thinking.
What items are there? I guess maybe Swordaf, I guess, is the only one. Other one that I really see. There's not too much.
Well, a little bit of trouble right now for the Oracle. Caught inside the tree line, so S4 and Jerax going to find themselves a freebie. Comes from just as almost insurance in case Nova tried to TP out.
They have to be a lot more careful. The Blink Dagger has been out on S4 for about a minute and a half now. And despite OG being slightly behind in kills, they're still doing pretty well in net worth. And I would say that they have better late game, especially with OD going like the very mid-game centric build. So they need to be able to survive in the next 10 minutes, not give up too much, not give up Roche, and not give up too many towers. And a lot of that is on like the Keeper to be able to stall while keeping himself safe, the Sand King to be able to split push out lanes without getting caught by the Legion Commander. So it's a very tense game at the moment.
Afu now has his Blink Dagger. They have no observer wards for this smoke gank that we're watching from WG. Hoping for some kind of target of OG inside their jungle, but it's empty. The rest of OG farming up Ancients or pressuring out the top lane. So here it is. WG makes the most out of it. No one inside the jungle. Put up a defensive ward inside the Radiant jungle and start up on Roshan.
And OG's suspicions are confirmed as the skin hits, and then
You can test though.
There's no way. They're just not going to do so. They're trying to get as much tower damage as possible. It looks like Earth Spirit's already TP'd back to the T1.
Yeah, so is
T3
Oracle.
rather.
They want to TP to the tier 2 tower and probably fight this with both the ES and the Oracle here. They'll have the problem where OG have better vision. The Observer was already on the hillside, but they're rolling boulder forward. Afu with the control. Sunrise coming in. The fire is right for one deafening pass. It was stolen, but it's still the ball willing to go down with the taunt. Will it be enough? The Observer will fall. The winner is still assigned to Kangaroo. And with a kicker and keeper of the light, they silence the SK. No easy way to run away from this one. OG, they thought they had the advantage. They thought they had vision.
That's not a play that you expect. The two supports the TP back very early on. That's what set it up all for WG. And they both TP back like to the T3, so the T2, you can get that 3-second TP in. And this Earth Spirit is just destroying No-Tail over and over again with those silences. And he's sitting out, you know, a fair amount of agility because he wants to be able to do a lot of damage to the towers, but he's at that threshold where he is going to die during the duration of the silence before his teams can heal him up. Like it's not like there's a Keeper's Axe to keep him up. There's no, Oracle on his side to keep him from that, and that's a personal positioning thing that he needs to look at. How are they going to push towers without him dying every time in the fight?
Oh, difficult when you don't have a save. It'd be nice if Oracle was over on OG, but as you said before, like with Keeper of the Light and Rubik,
if you don't have a save though, then you got to sit at.
Well, they're going again. It's time to duel and fly. Well, like Kaiba continues to lose. Now the tier 2 tower will be claimed as well. Okay. You should know. Tier 2 tower, sir. That belongs to WG. Team to add a lot of pressure. They got a lot to work with still with the Aegis Immortal. The OD's feeling very comfortable. You don't have Omni Slash up, but 30-second back cooldown to jump forward. They're just bringing down any kind of illusions to anything which comes near the front lines.
And they have so much the same. Like, the Hood is also good if he just wants to cast Purifying Flames on the
Look at the wraparound.
Without anything.
It's S4 on the back lines. Killing a courier won't be worth it. He wants the big initiation. Under the cover of Invis, there's no detection down for WG. I think by that ping, they worked out that something is a little bit awry. So the Invis room wears off in 2, 1. S4 makes it to the tree line. The ping came out. That one actually came out from S4. Juggernauts on the run back out with Pure Flames, plus the press the attack. There's 2 very low. S4's got a nice target. Here's a Legion Commander trying to TP out right under the SK's nose if he even has one of those. Legion Commander, Oak with Phase Boost, slips back through the tree line. But S4 still hot on the tail. The duel will begin. Will it actually be enough? It will be. Kangaroo will find that kill. Anna got peeled off on the bottom lane. 2 heroes down for OG. Only the SK has buyback, and WG again come up into the OG home.
They just had no vision back there. S4 was trying to make a big play with the Epicenter, but his invisibility wore off, so he couldn't see any of the heroes, and he was playing blind from the left side of the map.
Fly slipped that one in.
This LC is just immensely difficult to kill.
Pick up, throw back down again on the OD. They got nothing. Still hovering in behind him, and this is just like Oracle has never-ending heal to give out when he sits next to the OD.
Quite nice. Don't really need arcane boots. He just picked it up, but I mean, he's been doing a lot of work without it. First 20 minutes of the game.
He just needs a little bit more of a mana pull. That's all.
Yeah. And they were sieging that with just a Yasha on the Juggernaut at that point. Now he has Manta Style, but I mean, they don't really have the items on some of their cores. I guess the OD is mega farmed at this point. But his item build is really good for sieging.
So you gotta remember, got about 1 minute and 10 seconds until the Aegis will be reclaimed from the OD.
They're trying their damn hardest to split with the Morphling. Him and Ana are actually on the bottom of the map.
It's kind of right. Like, if you don't set both of them, then WG's not going to see it as a real threat. But already, like, the Juggernaut TP's back over. He'll hold this out. WG are in no rush. They're claiming all out of towers. They assaulted inside the OG base. When you have an OD, like your most fun up hero is your OD, and he's the one that's sieging. This isn't even their time to push yet, but they could.
They know they have a lot of time because they've killed the Morphling 3 times. And OG, they still want to use the Epicenter on Sankey. It hasn't been used in, what, 7-8 minutes perhaps?
Well, that's what we're expecting. Only I was expecting it with S4, like that Invis rune, slipping in behind, get into the tree lines, channel it off and have a crack.
But they're really scared of the Oracle. Like, if they don't kill Oracle, they're just going to waste all their ultimates on someone. And especially if it's on the OD. Like, OD, I don't think he's even going to die without the Oracle there. In his item build. He's in Trez right now. He's in Strength Trez, 1700 HP with a hood, with the extra armor from the Veil.
Well, the only way you kill Oracle is having fantastic wards or WG in a bad position. And right, WG is not giving him such an opportunity, so it has to go to him.
I think Jarek can make big plays too. Like the Spell Steal, and then like an Astral, defensive Astral, or offensive Astral, and Keeper the Light, of course, with Blind. It's not like they have BKB on the Legion Commander, but he's able to dish out so much damage to these team fights because he's just not under control. The Earth Spirit is the one that single-handedly is winning these team fights for WG.
Because WG actually backing away from a fight. OG's pushing in the top lane. I think they realize that it is a bit of a trap. They also pinged on Notal, who had the effect of the healing ward. So they know Rubik is also hovering on the top lane. And of course, why do you care? The tier 2 tower gets pressured up a little bit. The Earth Spirit's there to defend, and you add more pressure towards the mid lane.
4 heroes are there. No Aegis anymore on OT. Be a little bit careful. But with the added Glimmer Cape on the Earth Spirit, a lot of magic resistance, and 100% with Base Edict. So they're not really scared. The Keeper pick seemed pretty strong at the time, but due to the itemization of Warriors Gaming, it's very difficult to actually damage people with the Illuminate. And he has no points of mana leak at the moment, so that's the majority of his spells.
I think Flyers realize what this game has become for him. Defend from high ground, that's all. If you can build up to the Aghanim Scepter, he will make life a little bit more difficult for WG.
Yeah, he can't. He doesn't have farm priority. I guess he's probably number 3 after, of course, Invoker and the Morphling.
You give him the farm priority where he holds the base and the rest of OG move around together.
Yeah, and this way the LC can't jump him. LC just looking for a stray hero with his invisibility rune on the Radiant side. There is no Radiant hero even close to him. He might get baited out by this illusion, however.
And, yep. Actually, Notal jumped in. He jumped to that illusion. At the same time, Kangaroo started the duel, so he broke the Lincoln Sphere. The Morphling.
And I see the headdress, so that means pipe for OD. I think they can push with the next Aegis. They just need to be able to push out their lanes in time.
Well, thanks to our time, and we know Roshan's only got like roughly 2 minutes. That's a decent spawn time. Won't be the maximum duration of Roshan.
Yeah, maximum would definitely benefit OG. They just need this game to play out a little bit slower, buy some more time for the Invoker, and they can stall if the Invoker doesn't die. But sometimes he has a split push, so if Morphling's strong enough to split push and they can just recall him back, then Invoker can stall for days.
All that time is getting them closer on the net worth. Like, it's only 2,000 in favor of WG. Experience is a little bit more heavily swung the way of WG, around 7 grand. But the top 2 net worths, they're very, very close. That OD and Invoker brushing shoulders. There's WG on the hunt. They want to try and tilt this balance. Do they actually see? Yep, they got a glimpse of Ana. They know he's on the sidelines. The Sunstride's coming over. They look for the kill over on the OD, but support will arrive. Ana's going to get dueled up. And imprisonment from Jirak. He stole it. So cancels the duel win. Ana might be able to escape out of this one. So far, OG haven't lost anybody. In fact, they're thinking about turning this. The SK is down. No tell. Waveforms into the tree line. Starts its speed. Furo gets in. Can't find the kill, however.
Wow, WG kind of had a brute force that fight with items. They saw the Juggernaut on the top lane with the Observer Ward right outside the tower, so they knew that it would be a 4v5. And there is no T2 on the bottom of WG, so Juggernaut took a good 25 seconds to come to that fight, and the Oracle was very far away from the OD, but luckily he built like a tanky and was able to survive. And as you mentioned, big clip from Jerax saving Ana. They need this Invoker to stay alive so they can keep pushing outside. WG looks like they will claim this T2 tower.
Well, it's only a matter of time before it would happen. But this fight could have been a lot worse. A lot worse for OG.
Yeah, they're hitting all their timings though with their items. BKB's up. Pipe came out not too long ago.
Yeah,
Legion blade on the Juggernaut.
He knows he can't do this. Like, press the attack. What are you gonna do? You're gonna duel the target? The Lincoln still isn't triggered yet, so he knows he can't find the kill.
Wow, if Boulder had hit, that was really close. Maybe if he had his BKB2 for that little bit of extra damage, that was extremely close. And they would have been able to take a lot out of that. Maybe even perhaps force a no-tail buyback. Unfortunately for WG, they don't have the ability. They have no BOTs, they have no recall, they have no replicate, so they're like struggling to push out the lanes right now. They know that this problem is only going to be compounded as the game goes on. So I think like right now, the net worth is pretty close, but OG have diversified into more late game, whereas WG have committed very heavily into this mid game. There's not really any farming items on Juggernaut. He went for the Fusel Blade Mesa as opposed to Maelstrom or Battle Fury. So the farm war is going to go OG's way if this game stalls out. But I don't know if OG have invested enough into this high ground defense, however.
When you say that, you mean like the Aghanim Scepter? You do still have like 4 points up in Fate Vault?
Just fighting items, right? Like sometimes you won't see invokers go BOT until like super late. It depends too on the lineup. If you have a keeper, you have the luxury of not having to go BOT very early on. And maybe like the BKB. Actually, I don't even know if you get BKB this game on the Morphling. I don't think so.
The big advantage of at least having these BOTs nice and early is the fact that OG may even dodge the WG high ground push. Always worried about what's coming in behind you. Double forge spirits with a lag. Oh, hello. S4 tries to make a little bit of a play. But he gets spun around by the Yule Scepter.
Just buying time for top lane. Ana right outside the T3 tower with Fly at his back.
Well, one Illuminate will probably mop up that entire creep wave, but TP support's already coming in too. S4's arrived. But they're returning home. Jirax is solo holding that bottom lane. Astral, not a bad ability to have if you want to start nuking down creep wave.
I think it's one of the best abilities. I think it's OD's strongest spell by a large margin. And being able to use it defensively and offensively, and it's such a low cooldown. Uptime. So are they going to push here? OD is not there. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger. It's going to take him a while to run up to his team. And in the meantime, OG will be like, okay, well, we need a hero show on top lane for WG, so they can't push. And they're trying to force that already with No-Tail waving past the creeps.
He's actually using the replicant to scan and look on the other side of the tree line, but no TP score for another 10 seconds. There's initiation on bottom. They find Afu, toss him away. Jirax doesn't want anything to do with this.
This is their time, though. The Rubik had just pushed out the creep wave. Now they have a creep wave going into mid, so they want to commit to mid right now.
They just TP'd Ana to the top lane as well. OG have got all three of their cores looking to attack the top lane, and WG have got a choice to make. Do you come back and defend? Here's your first one. Legion Commander is there. Earth Spirit as well. They look to the Invoker. S4, can you help him out? The Burrow Strike out, but with the BKB from the Legion Commander, nothing interrupts that duel. And S4 now also on the run out. If they can catch up to him in time. Burrow Strikes, other side of the tree line. Kangaroo holding right behind him, still with that Magnetize, causing a couple of problems for S4, but he's got Sandstorm. And WG realized they're not going to be able to catch up to him, but No-Tail, that's a bigger one. Juggernaut finding him in the top river. He was begging to get to the regeneration room, but Archit denies him.
They're trying their best to push aggressively, but now their big two split pushing cores are down, and healthy time left on the Aegis. WG only limited OG to 4 kills thus far, and